Competition between East Africa's trade corridors is intensifying. Rwanda's National Institute of Statistics shows imports from Kenya fell from nearly $118 million in October 2024 to just over $23 million in October 2025, a drop of more than 80%. Kenya's share of Rwanda's imports has now fallen to less than 5%, pushing the country down to 7th place among Rwanda's major suppliers. For decades, the northern corridor linking Rwanda to the port of Mombasa served as the country's main trade route, but that is changing.
When we're importing cargo from wherever it is coming from, it's coming in either from Mombasa or from Dar es Salaam. We've never closed use of any of those corridors, no. But we go with what moves fast. If there's a heavy log in Mombasa, then we use Dar es Salaam. If Dar es Salaam is clogged, we are very diverse. We go to Mombasa. So all we need in Kigali here and in Rwanda in general, we need things that move. So whichever corridor has an opening, we move.
Traders say delays translate directly into higher prices for consumers.
A container leaving Mombasa to Kigali should take no more than 5 days because everything has been cleared anyway. And today, with the digitization of everything, once a container is actually leaving China or India, wherever it's coming from, the goods are known. Everything should be transmitted digitally, and everything is known. So, and there's not going to be any opening of this container until it reaches the final destination. And now, there can be inspections, the physical inspection, which is done. But generally, we are moving to a situation where cargo should move faster, because the longer it delays, the more it complicates the journey, the more it adds on the cost of transporting this money, and the ultimate cost comes to the ultimate buyer.
While northern corridor numbers have plunged, the central corridor linking Rwanda to the port of Dar es Salaam continues to gain ground, supported by infrastructure improvement and port efficiency. Although imports from Tanzania fell more modestly, from about $55 million in October 2024 to $44 million in October 2025, still nearly double the value of goods arriving from Kenya, reflecting broader challenges in regional trade and integration.
I want to start by framing what, again, the Council of Ministers Chair has said: implementation, enforcement, and accountability. Those really are the key words. The EAC is a population of over 300 million citizens. It has a combined GDP of over $350 billion US. Majority of the population is youth. Okay, it is one of the most resource-laden regional economic communities. But yet against all this, we have setbacks.
Nduva says inconsistent policies remain a major barrier.
There is lack of harmonization of fundamental policies that should enable trade. One example is domestic tax harmonization. Our 8 partner states have different domestic tax. How then will the goods move across the borders?
Regional officials say identifying gaps is key to improving trade flows.
Where access to external market is becoming more complex, intra-EAC trade must become simpler, faster, and more competitive. Yet, despite more than 2 decades of the customs union and 15 years of the common market, intra-EAC trade has remained at approximately 15% of the total trade, well below its potential and far from the ambition of our heads of state to at least double this figure. Our legal and institutional architecture is in place to enable the community to achieve this higher inter-regional trade targets.
Rwanda says traders ultimately judge integration by real business conditions.
Policy and regulatory alignment is equally critical for the effective implementation of our regional commitments. Differences in standards, procedures, and national regulations often create uncertainty and inefficiencies for business operating across borders. Harmonized policies and predictable regulatory frameworks are fundamental to creating a seamless regional market and fostering investment confidence.
As regional leaders prepare for the upcoming East African Heads of State Summit, improving trade efficiency remains a central goal, because for Rwanda's traders, the choice between Dar es Salaam and Mombasa is less about politics and more about which route delivers faster and cheaper. Ethan Tashobia for CGTN, Kigali, Rwanda.